Hello, teachers, and welcome to the heart of lesson number 7, Review Week. That's right, we are not going to begin the fruit of the Spirit. I was planning on starting that little mini series this week, and then I thought a little bit more about it and realized one, I'm not here on Wednesday, which just makes a few things complicating, and two, more importantly, we're going to be 2 days before Halloween, so maybe it would be best to not actually try to conquer something more serious, but rather just pause and review what we've already learned and go from there and do things that are a little bit more interactive in every single class so that students aren't as wild as they could be because the week before Halloween is crazy. So, since I'm away, one major change that's going to happen next this week, which you'll definitely want to know about, and I'll be telling the group leaders about, is that the students are not going to start in the sanctuary. So when they get to the church, like normal, if they're here early, they can play in the gym, and we're going to let them play in the gym until 6:35, a little bit longer than normal. And then the group leaders are going to get the students together and they are going to take the students down to the first station of the night, wherever that room is. But you guys aren't going to begin early. They are going to hang out in that station room with just their kids, and they have like an icebreaker question. They're going to have some time to do prayer requests and pray together. And then closer to 6:48, when you would normally start your station, you'll take over and do your station. So that's just for the very beginning of the night as students are arriving, and there's a sign of telling students where they should go, and hopefully it'll work out. It is what it is. All right, so that's that. Now, let me just walk through what the stations are, starting at the beginning of the hallway in room 4. That's Pastor Taylor's room. You're going to be doing a review game with your students. Should be very straightforward. There's a Plinko board that will be set up in that class. So split the class into 2 teams, and then one person from each team will go at a time. They'll go up to the Plinko board, put in the air hockey table puck thing that'll go down the Plinko board, and wherever it lands, it'll show a category, and you'll just ask a question from that category. I have all of the questions put together. There's one set of questions for the salamanders, who are the youngest group, and then a separate set of questions for the 2 older groups that are just a little bit more challenging, but not too challenging. So you can have whoever did the Plinko board, they'll be the one that answers the question, but they can get help from their team. They just have to be the one that gives the final answer. And if they get it right, they get a point. If they get it wrong, they don't get a point. And whoever gets the most points wins, but they don't actually win anything. It doesn't really matter. So hopefully that's pretty straightforward. The next room down is Miss Joyce's room, room 5, the bigger room. And you are going to be reviewing Psalm 1, 1 through 3. So you'll play the Psalm 1 song. Hopefully there will be a computer in there and it'll be ready to go and it'll work out. And Rachel, your daughter, will be helping out in the youngest kids group, and she's actually in there first. So if something's going wrong, hopefully she can figure it out and make it work. You can do a review of what Psalm 1, 1 through 3 is talking about generally. And then I have a couple of activities ready to go, or an activity ready to go for you. I'm going to have all the materials there for that activity. Do whatever you want. I just can't actually do anything because I won't physically be around to do anything for you. So if you don't like my activity, that's fine. You can do a different review activity. You've done a million of them based off of, helping students memorize verses. So do whatever makes sense, but I will have the materials there for the activity that I talked about. And then at the end of the hallway is room 6, and Papa Joe, you're back in that classroom this week. You are going to be reviewing John 15:5. So you'll also play the John 15:5 song in that class. I will send you the YouTube link, and hopefully that will work out well. And then you can talk about John 15:5, and then your students are going to be making a puzzle. This beautiful, amazing puzzle here that I have created. It's kind of sad, but that's okay. They're going to color it. They could color the pieces separately, or they can make like some sort of a picture, maybe a tree or something like that. Doesn't matter. They just shouldn't color it so much that they can't read the words. So use some crayons or colored pencils and encourage them not to like color as dark as they can so that they can still read what is written there. And then they can cut up the pieces, and when they finish cutting them, they can actually test themselves and create the puzzle. So they can cut along the dotted lines there. Don't cut all along the outside unless, if they want to, they can, but they don't have to. They could just cut to the edge of the paper to make life easier. So that's all of the things. Hopefully it'll work out. Thank you so much, and good luck.